What's going on, fellas? I'm playing some Tactical Combat Series. We are doing Bloody 110. I created a little scenario. That's the good thing about this system. You can create anything you want. You can create your own story, get pulled into it, and I don't know, just get lost in playing. What I did was I set up the Americans. They have roadblocks. We have a machine gunner section here. We have a 75 millimeter anti-tank gun. We have a infantry platoon. We have one Sherman tank. We have another section machine gunner. These two, by the way, are dug in. This is also dug in. They're in a village. We have another dug in unit, which is an anti-tank gun, roadblock, infantry platoon, anti-tank gun, and a machine gunner. The Germans actually pulled up from this road, and it's snow going on, so visibility is at 3. We are in heavy mud, so the terrain is going to be trafficability. I forgot what they call it. The Americans took out a Panther. The Panther got off the road, went this way, and this anti-tank gun caught it. They were out 3 hexes and shot it up. Everybody is frozen here, and now these platoons, there's 3 of them, were on these trucks. They stopped the trucks. They're gonna get out and they're gonna search around to find out where this shot came from, since they can't see it. These units here, we got a mortar who is slowly coming up the road. Again, these platoons are on trucks as well, and they stop their trucks because of we have roadblocks in front that they can see. They can't see this unit, they can see the roadblock. So these Stooks stopped. This one's gonna continue moving to do a little recon and see what's up ahead. They were radioed that something is out there for them to also be careful with anti-tank weapons. So that is, let me pull back. So that is the story that's going on. We are in call for fire phase. So I'm gonna set up artillery fire for next turn. So that's what we are, where we are. So the only units that can see somebody is, they can see this guy, and we know something in this area fired. But if I call for fire, all I can do is pick a hex, 3 hexes out that they can see. 1, 2, 3, either this hex or this hex. I can't pick this hex because we can't see it. So we're not going to do any call for fire here, but we will call for fire here. By the way, we did, almost forgot, the Stoogs that we hear did fire into the forests or the woods that they're in, and was able to hit. And they put a step loss on these units. So these units are now at half strength. So do I waste artillery on it? Because we can take it out. They can't do anything to these tanks or these Stoogs. They can, if the Stoogs were here, they can do AT rolls for anti-tank rolls. So you can go out 2 hexes, the most, but they're not. Now they might have to pull out on the next turn. We shall see. But right now, we have to figure out if we're going to call for fire. Call for fire over here, we can drop artillery here, but why would we drop artillery there? We don't know what's back here. So we don't want to waste artillery on nothing, because all they see is just this. They don't know what's behind there. So we're going to do some recon, send these guys out, and we'll know what's out there before we call for anything. So we're not going to do call for fire, so nothing's going to happen there. The Americans, by the way, do not have any artillery in this gameplay that I'm doing. And by the way, this is not something from the game itself. This is something I just made up. And you gotta love, by the way, these counters. Let's look at them. It's just simple, to the point, clean. I love it. You know, I really don't care for silhouettes. The only thing is they're small enough so it works. The newer versions I can't stand. They look like Skittles. Got all these colors all over it. I don't know, it just feels like a child's game. I prefer the old style. And I'm also playing with, these are the version 1 rules. So version 1 and version 2, it's pretty much kind of the same. It's like, I think they added some clarifications, but outside of that, I'm just sticking with this because I love the way artillery works, where you just drop this down and then you have to lay down different points where you're hitting targets. It's a game within the game, and I'm not in a hurry. I don't need to rush through this in 10 minutes so I can be done with it. I enjoy just taking my time and playing it. That's why I have the game. If I'm gonna rush through it, I might as well just throw it away then in the garbage once I'm done. So yeah. All right, fellas, we are now going into, let's see, it's gonna be the action phase where we get to move. But let me go grab my coffee and I'll be back. Okay, so we're in the action phase. So we're gonna find out where that shot came from. So we're gonna split up and work our way around. Now it's heavy mud in the snow, so terrain cost is gonna be different. And let me get to, here we go. So foot is still gonna be just 1 to go and clear. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can see them now, and so they can fire on them. So they have a 3. Now they're within 3, so we don't have to roll for permission to fire. So 1, 2, 3. It's a 3. A 3 gives it a -1. We're running, so they're gonna get +2. I'm just trying to see something. If the visibility of snow does anything. No, I don't see anything. Okay, so like I said, he gets a -1 because it's a 3 firepower. He's running, so it's a +2. So it's just gonna be a +1 to the roll. If he rolls an 8, he's gonna hit. roll a 3. So nothing. So he fired. He knows something's there. He's going to stop. And these guys hear the fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't see him. You know what? They never told us what happens if you have this. Are you on this side of that cliff or this side of the cliff? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And are we on this side? So I'm going to say we're on the lower side. And we're going to go this way. 1, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. He can fire at us because we're going into their fire lane. Now, once he fires, we can fire back. So he's going to fire. 1, 2, 3. We're within 3, so he doesn't have permission. Doesn't need permission. We're moving. So he's a 1, actually, because he got hit. So his firepower is a 1. A 1 gives him a -3. He gets a +2, so it's just a -1 to his roll. Nope. He misses. He stops because he's being fired upon. He's not going to go anymore. He's going to fire back. He's an 8, and 8's going to give him a +1. He's in the woods, which is -2. I mean -3 because he's dug in. So +1 -3 is just a -2 to the roll. An 8 -2 to roll is going to be a 6, and it's a miss. So both missed. So this is complete on this side. Let's go to the next side. Okay. Let's get, by the way, let's get this mortar up. 1. I want to check. Mortars are stay. I need to check something. It's half. So it's half, not 3. 1, 2. 2, 3, and 4. Actually, I should come back this way. Well, I moved them already. So we'll just leave them there. Now, these guys are going to move up. See if we see anything. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So they can fire on them. We can both fire on them. He'll be a 4. He'll be a 2. So that's 6 that we're firing. So we're firing with a 6. He gets a +1 for his firing, and he gets another +2 because he's moving. They can see each other. Just want to make sure they definitely can see each other. So it's a +3. Not good. He's going to get hit. Oof. Roll a 12. So it's going to be a 15. 2 step losses. Company morale is a 2. So company morale is going to be now a 2. So that was 3, 2. All right, we're going to roll now. So he is a 2 morale, plus another 2 for step loss is a 4, plus a 2 for the company is a 6. A 6 morale, plus 2 to this roll. 5 becomes a 7, they're suppressed. So they're going to be suppressed. Okay. And these guys, you put that on when they do Overwatch Fire. So now there is something over there, so they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. They're gonna do the same thing. Uh, 10, 13. So it's +1, so he gets a hit on him. So he's hit. So what we have is 3, 6, +2 to this roll. Suppressed. So he's also suppressed. He's also suppressed. All right, we're not going to push our luck. One, 2, 3. And stay back here. We're going to move up. And so the anti-tank will fire. He's a 4. So he's going to be on the +2 column. 1, 2, 3, and he's going to be a half. So it's an 8. So it's an 8 +1 to his roll. So he needs he rolled a 5 +1 is a 6. He misses, which is perfect. He's close enough now later on to, we had a sacrifice because now we can call in artillery on them. We can bring in our mortar to do some attacks later. We are done. All right, we're done with that. Let me get some coffee. All right. So cleanup. This comes off. This comes off. if you look at what is going on, let me back you guys up. So that is the advancement of what the Germans are doing. Now we are going to be in, what time is it? It is, yeah, 8:40. So it's 8:40. It's still snow. We don't roll until when we get here. We'll roll for weather again. And we also will get to remove a third, I believe it's a third of the company morale penalty, which these units here are, they have a 3. The machine gun is a 1. All right, so what's next? All right, so we're in new turn command phase. We're not doing anything on a command. Mode determination, we are gonna put everybody we're gonna have him stay in move mode. I'm gonna try to, by the way, assault. I'm gonna try to do an assault on these guys coming up this way. Okay, and come around and do an assault this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, we can lay down smoke and so on and so forth. Okay. All right. So we did mode determination. Next up is suppressive fire. So anyone who can see each other can do suppressive fire. However, we have to roll to see who fires first. Germans will fire first. 1, 2, 3. So we have to pick our target. So all the units who are going to fire at it, we fire together. So everyone's firing at this hex. So we're going to have this unit, and that unit. Now I can also drop in mortar too. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I believe I will do that. So we'll do that. So we're going to bring in 7. That's 11. That's 18. And that is 26. So 26 is going to give us a +3. They are in clear but dug in. -2. So it's just a +1 to our roll. So all of these guys are fired. So let's, so +1 to our roll. 8 + 1 is 9. We hit on the first guy, and we have to do the second one as well. So he gets hit. Where's my counters? So he was hit. His company morale, they go up again. So his company morale is now at a 2. So it's 3 Plus 1's 4, plus 2 is a 6. A 6. He gets a +1 to this roll. A 10 plus 1 is 11. He is suppressed. So he's suppressed. So he's going to be half because he lost a step. Because he only has 2 steps a section. And he is suppressed. So he's going to go in that hex. Now we got to see if we hit this guy. Again, it was +1. 7 plus 1 is an 8. We hit him as well. He also has 2 steps. So we're going to roll this. Oh, he doesn't have to roll for this thing, so he is here. And he's done. All right, some good shooting. Now, they can fire back. He can pick a target. The anti-tank gun is going to be a 2. It's firing back at the Stuke. So it's a 2 and a 2, so it's at the 0 column. So he's going to need so let's look at this. So he's in clear. It's a +2 to him because he's standing still. What else is there? I have to find out something before I fire this. Do these guys roll for morale? Hold on. Yes, they do have to roll for morale. All right, they do have to roll for morale. I don't know why I didn't think they did. So what is their morale? Oh, that's their morale too. So their morale is a 0. All right. So their morale is a 0, but they took a step loss. So they have a 1, which is nothing. So we roll a 7, they're suppressed. So they got suppressed with that attack from before. Okay. And they are Company B, 630. Company B, 630. Got it. All right, now let's go back to the firing. So they're going to fire. So they are a 2. There were 4, but they're half because they lost a step. And they only have 2 steps. That makes them a 2, but they're suppressed. That has them again. Does it have them again? Hold on. Not for point fire. Not for point fire. What it does is it's a -2. It's a -2. Okay, so let's do this again. So why am I losing my train of thought? Okay, so he's 3 hexes out. So he's on a close range. He is, like I said, a 2 to 2, so it's on the middle column. We are +2 because we're moving, but he gets a -2 because he's suppressed, so it's a 0. So he's gonna need, he needs an 8 to hit at the end of the day. Nope, a 4. So he misses. Now he's gonna fire at him. He's a 1. So it's area fire. A 1 is gonna give him -3. I'm in it clear, but I'm in fire mode. So that's no modifiers to help him. So far it's just a -3 to fire. He's suppressed too. So how does that work? It can't be a 0. He just has to be a 1. Yeah. All right, -3. He rolls an 8. -3 is a 5, so it's a miss. So nothing happens. Going over to this target hex. Now the Germans go first again. So he can fire. He can fire at him, and these 2 can fire at him. So he'll fire first, and then the Americans get the fire, and then the Germans get the fire back. All right, so he'll fire. He's a 6, 3 hexes away. So that gives him a +1, but he's in the forest, and the forest gives him -2. So it's a -1 to the roll. So the Germans are firing at them with their platoon, and he misses. So they get the fire back. Who wants to fire first? He'll fire at them. He's a 3, area fire. He's halved on area fire, I have to remember that. So he's actually now a 2, because it's 1.5 rounded up. So he's a 2. So he gets a -2 for that. So it's a -2 to his roll. So AT guns, when they fire at infantry, or when they fire an area fire, they're halved. He rolls a 12. And so that becomes a 10. Yes, because he gets a -2. So he hits him. So he's hit. And the company is gonna be a 1, so that's the one that, so his company is a 1, so, all right, so he has a 5 morale, which is no modifier, so it's a straight up roll. A 3, So he's not suppressed. He just took a step loss. So the AT gun, the 57 millimeter, fires back and hits him, or hits them. Okay, so they fired. Now it's the Germans' turn because it's alternating. So these two will fire. So they have 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 is going to give them just a +1. They're dug in the woods. So -3. So it's just going to be -2. So -2. Firing on them. A 10 -2 is an 8. And the Germans will kill off, wipe out this machine gunner. And they're taken out. And so everyone has fire that can fire. Now we're getting into call for fire phase. We can set up call for fire phase right now, and next turn we can lay down artillery on them. We can definitely call for fire phase here and try to break away that and hold these guys back. So what we're gonna do is which I love doing anyway, we're gonna call for fire phase next turn. And what I will do is, to let me know, we're gonna call for fire phase next turn and try to wipe that out. Try not to take too many casualties. Over here, we're gonna do an assault. And I'm not gonna call for fire phase here because I'm gonna be in this hex, and when we drop artillery, we'll get hit with it. Okay, now next up is action phase. So let's do this. So we're gonna go 1. He can't see us. And 2, 3. Now he can see us. So it's 3 here. He can fire at us. Let me put something down so I know how many movement points I spent. All right, we spent 3. He's gonna fire. How come I thought he got hit? All right, so he's a 3, but he's halved because he's doing area fire, so he's gonna be a 2. But I'm 2 hexes away, and so, 1 hex away, so that's gonna be ×3, so that's a 6 fire. So it's a 6, he gets a +1. I'm in the forest, however, I'm moving in the forest. It's a -1 because I'm moving. So he gets a +1, -1, so it's a wash. So he's just gonna fire away. A 7, he misses. Now, he gets to decide if he wants to turn and run or stay and fight. He is a 3 to get away. So it's to save yourself retreat, actually. So we're gonna try to pull out of there and not be attacked. So, that's another question. Can anti-tank guns do a save yourself? Let's look. Let's look. Okay, anti-tank guns may move by themselves or be towed to carry okay, AT guns may make SYR rolls. Okay, so they can. So it's 1 die we roll plus their company morale. Their company morale is nothing. So let's roll. All right. A 4. They can retreat 4 hexes away. So they're gonna retreat 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can, no, they can't get into that. Or can they go into that hex? Well, it says hex, it doesn't say movement points. So if they go, they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can enter that hex. The question, oh, let me do that. The question I have is, do we get a chance to fire at them? I'm gonna move them into this hex and we'll look at that next time. All right, so they are there. So able to pull them out and get them out. We were able to clear this area, which is great. We have artillery going to be landing. We can get to move this guy. However, since we called artillery, we will 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to stay here. All right, guys. I'll be back. I gotta go do something upstairs for a minute. But this is what we have going on. Hope you're enjoying it. I'll talk to you guys later.